Hi friends, and welcome to my kitchen. If you're new, my name is Courtney, and today we're gonna be making Italian dressing chicken. It is super simple, one of those great easy weeknight dinners. I'm serving it with some quinoa rice, some string beans. You could do whatever green vegetable or whatever starch you like, but let's get started on that chicken. So a few weeks ago, I was introduced to these pre-wrapped chicken breasts, which I love now. Unfortunately, that's how they get you in. ShopRite had these for, I think it was $10, and you get a few free items. And it's basically a chicken breast that's cut in half and then wrapped. So they're all halved, which I love. And I bought them. They were like $5.99 the second week, and I got 4 and put them in my freezer. And what I'm doing is just marinating them in some Italian dressing. I like to use wishbone, and you can go with a half a cup for now and then a half cup later, or you could do the full cup. I like to marinate this for at least 2 to 4 hours. I'm using wishbone Italian dressing, but you can use whatever you prefer. And then we're just going to pour that right over our chicken. And I like to use a glass container when I'm marinating, and I'm just going to make sure that that chicken is really submerged in that marinade. We're going to let this marinate in the refrigerator for 2 to 4 hours. I went with 2 this day because I needed a quick and easy dinner. We had some errands to run. Then I was making quinoa rice as I took out my chicken. So I do 1 cup rice, 1 cup of quinoa, basically 1 to 1. I could do half cup quinoa, half cup rice, whichever. I happen to just do a 1 cup portion for each. And then I did about 1 3/4 cups, not quite 2 cups of water in there. And what I like to do is let that boil for 20 minutes, and then I'll cover it while it's boiling, turn it off and let it sit for 5 minutes, and I fluff it after that. Then for the chicken, we're going to put this into a baking dish. I like to use my Staub casserole dish, and then I will just layer them in a flat, even layer. I don't want them overlapping because I want to make sure they cook nice and evenly. We're going to bake them at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 25 to 30 minutes. You want to make sure the chicken has an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I did mention if you wanted, you could use a half a cup of dressing to marinate it and then a half a cup later. I just used the whole cup, so I'm going to dump that right over, but I like to take any scoochies, as my grandma would call them, out of the marinade. And then I just pour that right over top of my chicken. Again, if you did the half a cup, you would pour the remaining half a cup now. Then we're going to place this into our oven. Again, preheated at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake it for 25 to 30 minutes until it reaches an internal temp of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. My rice was boiling, so I put that lid on and I cooked it for 20 minutes, let it sit for 5 minutes with the heat off, and then now I'm fluffing it with a fork and just putting it on the back burner. Our chicken is done, and what I like to do is just take a spoon and basically baste the chicken with the Italian dressing. My husband and I love adding extra of that juice, which is why I use a full cup. You could use less if you prefer. I love having extra for my rice and on my chicken. So I'm going to plate it up. I'm going to put some quinoa rice on my plate. If you wanted, you could use something like cauliflower rice. You could also use mashed potatoes. It's personal preference. You could even use pasta if you like. It all depends on what you like, so make it your own. Then I'm going to add some of my garlic green beans. I make these pretty often. My kids love these. If you guys want this recipe, let me know. I should actually definitely put it on the list to do. Then we're going to take that delicious chicken and again pour over that dressing. Oh, so good. Our chicken is done and ready to enjoy. I'm going to slice it up. Let's go in for a taste. My mom always made this for a quick and easy night, and she always served it with rice, but I like to do quinoa rice. It's a really healthy grain, and I love it. My family doesn't quite eat it on its own, so I love to mix it with rice. So it's just half cup of quinoa, half cup of rice. It is so flavorful. I like to use this dressing, but you could use whatever Italian dressing you prefer. I love to marinate it for at least 2 hours. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this with my family. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe, and I thank you for taking your time to watch my video. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, friends.